Hi guys, welcome to another Divi themed video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, a couple of months ago we did this floating image animation here, really nice little feature to have on your site, really eye-catching and easy to do. We had a question on it. I've got these sort of floating up and down like this. Somebody asked if we could have them floating left and right. Of course, yeah, very easy to do, and I'll show you how to do that. Got some here that are doing just that. And they're sort of on different timings, so they're not sort of synced with each other, and they're sort of floating randomly there. And if you want to, we can make them rotate a little bit, sort of rock left to right. And all we need to do is modify those existing ones to do anything we want. So let's get started. I'll show you exactly how to do this. I'm going to enable my Visual Builder. Okay, well, let's go down. I'll delete this row that these are in, and we'll start from scratch. I'm going to add a new row, little green button. I'm going to put 3 columns in mine. Obviously, you can have as few or as many as you want. I'm actually using an image module for this today, but you can use any module you want. Select whatever image it is. I'll pop that one in. Fantastic. Down below, you can choose whether you want it to open in a lightbox. If not, you can link it to somewhere and take people somewhere when you link on it. Always best practice. If you're linking to your own site, keep it in the same window. If you're linking off-site, open it in a new tab. That way your site's going to stay open. Great. Well, I'm going to leave that just like that. Now, let's make this thing bounce up and down a little bit. And we'll give it a little box shadow when it's at the top there. So to do that, let's go over to our fonts and our custom CSS here. And this is same as we did before. I'm going to use the freeform tab here. I'm going to select this module by just writing selector, S-E-L-E-C-T-O-R. Let's open and close some curly brackets here and tell it what we want it to do. Well, I want to create an animation. So I'm going to say animation, A-N-I-M-A-T-I-O-N, colon. We've got to make up a name. Let's say bncY, because we're going to bounce it along the Y axis. I want mine to run for perhaps 4 seconds for this one. I want it to keep on going and going. So I'm going to say infinite, F-I-N-I-T-E. It's going to go on infinitely. Great. Now that we've given it an animation with the name of bncY, we need to create that. And we use keyframes for this, a bit like stop frame animation in photography. So I'm going to say at keyframes, K-E-Y-F-R-A-M-E-S. Then the name we gave it, BNC, bounce, capital Y. Now we can open and close some more curly brackets. And in between, we can tell it what we want it to do. Well, at 0%, basically beginning of second 1 of our 4 seconds up here, I want it to start off in its original position. So I'm going to say 0%. I'm going to open and close some more curly brackets. We're going to use transform translate for this today, which basically means move, transform, colon, translate. I want to translate around the Y axis, so it's a capital Y at the end of that with no gap. And we can tell it now how much we want to move it by. Well, initially, when the page loads like that, I want it to be in its original position. So I'm going to open some round brackets after the Y with no gap. I'm simply going to put a 0 in there. Now, when it gets back around to 100%, I want it to be in its normal position again. Now, I know it's not moving yet, but we'll sort that out in a minute. So rather than creating another entry here, I'm just going to comma separate this by putting a comma after our 0%. I'm going to put 100%. And it will return back to 0 at 100%. Now let's just copy this. In fact, I'm just going to copy it from the 100 there to the end. Control C. I'm going to drop down, paste it in below. Control V to paste. I'm going to change it to 50% halfway through our 4 second mark there, beginning at second 3. And this time I want it to be sort of minus 20 pixels. So it's going to rise by 20 pixels up like that. So I'm going to say negative 20 px. As you can see, that's done it. And in the original, I thought it would be nice to add a bit of box shadow when it's at the top there, almost like it's lifting up off the ground. If you want to do that, really easy. After our 20 pixels, after the round bracket there, we can put a little semicolon. And we can say box shadow, box dash shadow, colon, and I'm going to go for 0 pix by about 10 pix. And I can have a spread of 20 pixels. And I'm going to give it a dark grey colour. I'm going to use 444 for mine. Adjust to taste, obviously. Now, if we look at that, when it's at the top, it's got that little bit of box shadow. I've actually put 9 pix on the front, which is making it over to the right here. I want it to be central, so it's just underneath, but obviously adjust that to taste. Typo there. Let's get rid of that 9 and put a 0 in there, which is what I meant to do. As you can see, that's more central underneath there. Fantastic. Well, now we got that first one, it's really easy to duplicate it and have them floating at different timings. I'm going to save this. I'm going to copy this by clicking on it, 2 little square boxes to copy it. Drag any of them, they're both identical. To the next slot, or next column I should say. We'll go into this one again. I'm going to go in here, we'll change out that image. We want to go to our custom CSS now. I'll move this out of the way. I know it looks like they're bouncing at different rates there. It's just because we created them at different times. If we save this now and come back here, they'll actually be doing exactly the same thing. They'll both be going up at the same timing. So what we need to do is go into our little CSS, custom CSS freeform tab here. I'm going to change this timing to 6 seconds. Put a 6 there. I'm going to put a 6 after our bncY, so it's a unique name again. And also under our name down here, make sure you put it in both places. Now they will be going up and down at different rates. This one will be going at 6 seconds. This one's 4 seconds. And I'm sure you know what to do next. We'll just duplicate this one. Again, drag either of them over. We're going to go into this one. Change out the image or module or whatever it is you happen to be using for yours. We'll go over to our advanced custom CSS freeform CSS tab. I'm going to change this one to 8. I'm also going to put an 8 where the 6 was that we just put in there just now on both. Make sure you get both. Now this one will be traveling at a different rate. Just check this on the front end and then I'll show you how to change this around and get them moving left to right and also rocking them with a bit of rotate there. So let's save this and we'll exit our visual builder. And there's our little floating images. They've started off the same, but they're going to go out of sync and float randomly or seemingly randomly as the page goes on. Really easy to do, as you can see. So let's make them go the other way. And I'm sure some of you are ahead of me on this. I'm going to re-enable the visual builder. Okay, to change this, let's go back into one of our modules here. To make it go from left to right, or right to left, whichever way around you want to do it, we're going to go back to our custom CSS. All we need to do is change that Y to a capital X. And just down below, make sure you do it on both of them. And we'll give it another unique name by changing perhaps this to an X and this to an X. As you can see, that's now moving from left and right. If you want to do the rotate, we're using a slightly different bit of CSS to do the rotate. So let's save this and we'll go into this next one. I'll show you how to rotate it. Go back over to our custom CSS here. And we'll give it a slightly different name. Let's give it IMRT, image rotate, whatever you want to call yours. And we need to change this down below also. Now, instead of our transform translate, I'm going to use transform rotate. So I'm going to change that translate Y to rotate. I don't want to rotate it at all initially at the 0. Let's just copy that, rotate. And we'll change it down here with our translate Y again then. But we have to use degrees for rotate. So I'm going to use perhaps -3 degrees, DEG for degrees. As you can see, that's rocking a bit. But if we want to offset it a little bit more, we can actually do our start and finish at perhaps +3 degrees, which would be just 3 DEG. That way, it's going to rock the same both sides. And again, just change your timing however you want here. And you can get random things going very easily. As usual, I'll put all this code down below for anybody that wants to copy and paste it. But it's a great idea to actually write CSS. It's really easy to do, and it will take your skills to the next level. So let's save this, make sure everything's going to work on the front end. We should have an example of each of them up there. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. And here we have it. We've got one going left to right. We've got one rotating or rocking in the middle there. And we've got one floating up and down on that side. As you can see, really easy to do. And of course, it'll work just the same on tablet and mobile. These animations will work. So there you have it. I hope that's answered that question. And I hope that little rocking one's given you a little bonus to play with. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. If you've enjoyed this today, please like, share, subscribe. There's plenty more videos coming. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.